What Nino Franck and Jean-Pierre Chartier separately responded to in 1946 in pieces appearing in politically opposed journals was a new attitude in American movie-making marked by the dynamism of violent death, Franck, and streaked with a pessimism and disgust toward humanity, Chartier. Ever since film noir entered Anglo-American criticism in the late 1960s, the debate has raged as to whether it constitutes a genre, a movement, an attitude, or a style. Alfred Appel, writing in Film Comment in 1974, suggested that what unites the seemingly disparate kinds of films noir is their black vision of despair, loneliness, and dread, a vision that touches an audience most intimately because it assures them that their suppressed impulses and fears are shared human responses. Pushed into darkness, made aware of the world as a place of danger and death, the disoriented characters of noir seek a return to the light, a truth, a reckoning, some form of absolution. Among the earliest writers to describe his own work as noir, well before it had a fancy name, was Cornell Woolrich, beginning with The Bride Wore Black, 1940, first in his Black series. Woolrich's is a frightfully unstable universe in which the membrane between light and dark, safety and pitfall, is bound to burst at any time. Hammett, in The Maltese Falcon, hints at such volatility with his story within a story of the falling beam that awakens the sleepwalking Flitcraft, who up till then had foolishly believed that life was a clean, orderly, sane, responsible affair, to the fact that life was fundamentally none of those things. And Franz Kafka, earlier in the century, wrote of the sudden, irreversible horrors that can befall the unsuspecting. But Woolrich shaped his entire oeuvre around a singularly dark and pessimistic worldview in which human existence is dominated by malevolent, impersonal forces. Immensely prolific, he provided the stories for more works of radio, film, and television noir than any other writer of the pulp school. His impact on noir, whether acknowledged or uncredited, his plots and tropes are regularly mimicked, is monumental, and his delineation of the asphalt nightscape endures. Though the appeal of film noir is quite direct, its essence remains nebulous, particularly when one widens the parameters of its generally agreed-upon time frame and takes into account the antecedents and the stragglers, as well as its transgeneric infiltration, the artistic and sociological developments that gradually fused into the so-called classic cycle of film noir, 1940 to 1958, also coincided with the emergence of television as a mass medium, a vast arena for the telling of stories. Yet the reams of discourse on film noir have, for the most part, sidestepped any serious discussion of a noir ethos on television. Those works that do address it tend to position television noir as having evolved in the wake of, rather than concurrently with, film noir, a chase-the-tail approach perhaps shaped by the dearth of surviving programs from television's early live phase. The hundreds of live dramas staged on television during the 1940s and 1950s, the first full decades of commercial broadcasting, represent a key dimension of mid-century noir. Alongside adaptations of novels by Woolrich, Chandler, Hammett, David Goodis, W.R. Burnett, Dorothy B. Hughes, and others of the literary noir tradition, a generation of teleplay writers supplied the medium with original tales of American alienation and discontent reflective of an overall darkened cultural mood. Another factor compounding the classification of television noir is that from the early 1950s, as it became apparent that the network's model of a living theater of the air